what parts of culture have done indeterminable damage to your mental and physical systems. And that is chakra number 1. That's your root. Okay. It's your foundation. It's where you're holding all your traditional familial beliefs, your educational beliefs, your spiritual beliefs and religious beliefs that comes from culture typically. And that when you begin to awaken, if you don't have that root chakra grounded and centered, everything that you channel or teach will be filtered through the realm of your own culture and what you personally believe in. Belief is king. And if you don't have that basic belief in source, the root chakra won't work. This is why atheists struggle. I'm sorry to call you guys. Most atheists won't be in this class anyway. But if you don't have that basic belief in God, capital G, not God religion, but God meaning cosmic source, if you don't have that basis of a divine creator of everything in creation and the process of it, you won't heal the root chakra. I will be so bold as to say that. Excuse me. That just had to happen. Apologies. So your connection to everything in that way, it forms your identity as a human. It gives you your sense of belonging. The root chakra, if not centered and grounded, also gives you the many of the negative core beliefs of I am stuck, I am lost, I do not belong, it is futile is another negative imprint that is pretty common. Unworthiness starts in the root chakra and moves through the rest of them. Right? So the sacred truth of that chakra is unity. That you have the connection to all of life. Therefore, you can honor everyone's beautiful cultures and conditions, even if you don't like them or agree with them or condone them. This isn't about condoning anything. This isn't about right or wrong, even though you definitely need to learn it in this chakra. It exists in a dense world and you need to learn it. But it isn't necessarily about that. It's about understanding your sense of personal connection to life itself. And many of you are wandering around saying, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? That comes from a faulty root chakra, an uncentered, ungrounded, unwhole root chakra. So instead of thinking that you have this unique purpose of doing, I would like for you to have this unique purpose of feeling. Does that make sense? Is there a cat coming in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want more coffee?
I still haven't really. I'm still not even close.
Okay, now's your chance to have an opening.
I'm okay.
Gary, what do you want
Yeah.
to do? In or out, Gary?
I don't want to get too caffeinated. It's hard when that happens.
He's sit out here. He's okay.
Okay, Gary, you missed your opportunity to work with us here. I give my animals one chance to come in and out of this office. So in the root chakra, we're going to give you invocations for connection and unity. So you're not going to be just asking, what is my purpose? You're going to be asking, what is my essence? We have to understand, and I tell you this, many of you have had readings with me, so you know what I'm about to say. The council always comes through and they will say, purpose is the essence and spark of everything that you are and all that you feel when you remember that you are love. That is purpose. Purpose is not your actions. Your actions are your missions. When the essence of grace is activated fully, you begin to get this spark that brings about life, and you are alive in everything that you are, and you begin to not just say, what is my purpose? My purpose, my purpose, me, 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 me. That's what I hear. When people are lost, they start with purpose, which is wonderful. But purpose is essence, and we have been taught in those painful conditions of the dense world that purpose is status, that purpose is what you do for a living, that purpose is how much money you make, that purpose is how popular you are, that purpose is everything. connected to status or what you do. But what you do comes later. It's not that it's not relevant or important. Mission is important, but it isn't purpose. Mission is action. Purpose is essence. You need to understand that in order to work with this, because we're working very, very much through the first 3 chakras in this Lionscape for 2024. And that portal begins to open tomorrow. So don't just stop with what is my purpose. How does my purpose fit in with life itself? These are the spiritual inquiries that will activate your root chakra. Right? That's it. Those are your inquiries. Inquiries activate. A lot of you are used to me saying, well, not me, but you're used to many other people saying activations would be something that you have to do, a process that you have to create. I would like for you to use inquiry and invocation, because that's been the basis of alchemy for thousands of years. Affirmations did not exist. And no one practically has the time in a modern world to create a ritual for every single thing. It's your inquiry and your invocation that's going to help your soul remember how to make everything a ritual. Dishwashing should be ritual. Toilet cleaning should be a ritual. Bathing your body should be a beautiful ritual. I've attempted to get at you with Eastern teachings. I've attempted to get at you with New Age teachings. What I mean by get at you is like catalyze you, activate you, help you remember everything that you've forgotten about who you are. But we've had such a process of forgetting over thousands of years of religious strife and disconnection. And now we're in the age of information, where we're just like little sponges, and we believe that enlightenment can be assimilated through just taking information. Give me more. And typically when you start at my channel, you just eat everything up. And that's a wonderful step that the root chakra enjoys. It thinks that if it can understand, then it can assimilate deeper. And there's a yes and a no to that. Because if we can't bring that up into the heart chakra, we don't actually feel it. We're saying it with so much conviction. We're spouting out the right words. We're saying the right things. But until we can feel it, until we can know our essence, know our archetypal essence in the soul, until we can know all of that, we can't know purpose. And if we can't know purpose, we can't know how our purpose fits into the purpose of life itself. So in the root chakra, we're going to start out with what is my essence, not what is my purpose, what is my essence. Your essence should be something that lights you up. It should not be an action. If you start out with something that's a doing, I think an emotion would be closer to an essence than a doing, although your emotions are not your essence. It's closer. It's closer, so it's okay. If you ask yourself that question, how do I want to feel every single day when I wake up? If you don't know, because Dark Night of the Soul has deeply encompassed you, go back to the memories of when you were a child. And that will share with you. You will remember times of just play, hopefully. Some of you won't. Some of you have had such deeply entrenched pain in your root chakra that you haven't gotten beyond that yet. You deeply wish to see and hear your spirit guides, and that's not what should happen, because if it did, you'd be in a mental institution. You would go insane. And that's not what we're here for, right? And we have set up in our pre-birth intentions. This is how life works in the human field. You set up everything that you want to do and everything that you want to learn. So some of you, and I would say it would be less than 0.1% of the population, are set up for seeing and hearing. That's a very small amount. That's a very small amount. I'm not trying to depress you, but New Age has taught you that you require seeing and hearing, clairvoyance and clairaudience. You require, you know, that degree of mysticism to be able to connect to your essence, to your spirit, to your grace, and to all that is holy. And that is a tragedy. I will not underestimate my vocabulary in that sharing. It is a tragedy that you believe that you cannot connect to purpose, to belonging, that you cannot experience true spiritual connection without seeing and hearing. Seeing and hearing happens in the third eye. Hearing typically starts in the throat, actually. When you can believe what you're saying, then you believe what you're hearing. Hearing comes along with speaking. It's a throat chakra endeavor. And then we move up to the third eye and you can see. But dare I begin to share with you what the council has shared with me? Not all of you are meant to see and hear. You could develop it, but you're not born that way for a reason, because you have lifetimes of oppression that still need to be worked through. You're not baby souls. There's no such thing as a new soul. That's a rarity. That's a rarity, because for a new soul to come here, it would defeat the whole program. The program of getting into Earth School means that you must have some degree of mastery. This is a PhD school, not a kindergarten. So if you are here, please stop calling yourself a new soul. That's a deep misinterpretation of a starseed who just does not remember that they can do this. There is no new soul. There are starseeds that haven't really experienced a lot of time on Earth, but they're not new souls. And even so, you have to have a lot of mastery from other planetary existences and realms in the cosmos to be able to get into this. You line up by the droves. Souls line up by the droves to get into here. And then when the mastery that you set up in advance and your pre-birth intentions begin to happen, you go, get me out. No, I'm done. That's the paradox of Earth. It's okay that you feel that way. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel that way, but let's get a sacred witness. Let's get someone to hold your space. Let's grieve it and work through it together and move forward. Because I'm 99.9% positive that the majority of you, I'm not saying that there isn't one of you that isn't going to experience a lifetime of dark night of the soul, perhaps to teach someone else, but you also have free will. You have what we call destiny, which is a powerful creative force in the first three chakras. So in that case, you can circumvent dark night of the soul and take that power back. Christ consciousness is the sovereignty of everything that gives you the power of destiny to change your mind, to be able to say, I know I said that, but it's time to do something different, right? So the invocation is, I invoke the power of one. All is one. One is all. I am a part of the everything. That is your invocation for your root chakra. And they've given it to me in many different ways, but you're invoking the power of one, the universal law of one, the oneness that is, and you are a part of that. So the more you begin to use that invocation, the more you're going to be able to ask yourself these questions, these inquiries that are going to be powerful in your activation. So the first inquiry is, what is my essence? Not what is my purpose? What is my essence? The second inquiry, what is my grace? Now, you're going to wait. You're not just going to get that and expect to see it or hear it. That's not how the root chakra works. We don't see or hear in the root chakra. We feel. We begin to remember. Root chakra is about remembering and feeling. Because if you don't remember who you are or feel who you are, then you don't feel safe to go into the knowingness. Some people say root chakra is about understanding, but the council begs to differ in that degree. Understanding happens in the crown chakra. It is the final thing you do, not the first. Many people believe, because it has been taught to you, in New Age, that you must understand everything from here, from your mind, that you must know. But knowing happens last. The grace of knowledge, understanding, and finally wisdom occur in the crown chakra, not the root. And these teachings have been taught backwards to you in the 20th century and in the 21st century. But that time frame, just think about this logically. The people teaching that have only been around for a certain amount of time. So go look at some of the Eastern teachings that have been around for thousands of years and notice how backwards it is. Third eye isn't about seeing. Third eye is about your power. We'll get there. So that's it.